Take good day, everyone, for another Google Hangout with Kashi Bhaiya, and we are online with Sankita ji from Abu Dhabi. Pramod is there also from Qatar, and we have Sita Ramaji also from Kuwait joining us. Kashi Bhaiya, thank you for taking time to be with us online, answering questions
Pleasure.
about different topics. Uh, Would you perhaps, because many of the viewers already know, but some of them are not fully aware of WCF, then maybe you can just share in 2-3 minutes what is going to happen in Delhi from the 11th to 13th of March.
Sure. Thank you, Ari, for giving me this opportunity and a warm welcome, namaste to all those people who are viewing this. And so let me get to the point. 11th, 12th, 13th of March, WCF. Oh, I can see a big crowd there. So what we're going to, the whole thing that we're doing is the World Culture Festival. The last time it happened was in Berlin. And in Berlin, we had a World Culture Festival 5 years back to commemorate 30 years of Art of Living. In the World Culture Festival, obviously, as the name suggests, we showcase various cultures of the world. At one place, you can come and experience art forms, dances, music from across the world. A little while back, someone asked Guruji this question, and Guruji said, there are some things that unite us across cultures and traditions, and one of them is music. Of course, sports and food. We enjoy food from every part of the world. We enjoy sport wherever we are in this world. In the same way, music is something that brings cultures together. And that's why the World Culture Festival has been set up to bring the world together. And this is what I guess the world needs today. So, what's going to happen at the World Culture Festival? Of course, you can look at the detailed schedule at artofliving.org/World Culture Festival. The first day, we are going to have, of course, Gurudev speaking, and many of the dignitaries sharing their insights into how culture unites people, into how unity is so essential in this world. It's basically a place where we come to stand up and be counted. That, hey, we are here to make this world a better place. Interspersed with all these things is the main program, which is the cultural events. We are having more than 58 dances, about 18 performances spread over 3 days, 11th, 12th, and 13th, where groups of about 400 to 2000 people and even more are going to perform various cultural extravaganzas. For example, we have a yoga dance where all of us will perform yoga set to music in a very beautifully choreographed sequence, and I must tell you that it's coming out really beautiful. So it's 3 evenings to experience culture from across the world. Just imagine if you had to go on a world tour and want to experience culture across the world. It's going to take so much time, so much effort, so much resources. And here you can actually come to one place and experience all of this at once. So people get together for sports. People get together for so many reasons. But people getting together for peace, this is what the world needs right now. So I would really say just stand up and be counted. Just come and show that this world is something is our world, is a place where we really wish for peaceful people to come together and showcase something very beautiful. Yeah, I was traveling in the US with Guruji, and someone there asked Guruji, what's going to happen on 11th, 12th, and 13th of March 2016? And Gurudev said, it's a family reunion. That's when I realized there is much more to the WCF than just performances, culture. It's actually a family reunion. All of us, we know this concept of the Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, a one world family. Across the world, wherever we are, somehow there is this bonding, this belongingness. The way we start the course, I belong to you. And this belongingness is so beautiful, where we can feel the humanity, when we can feel that connection with each other. So Guruji said, I go around across the whole globe, meeting people, and everyone feels connected. But once in 5 years, it's good that the whole family comes together in one place, and each one of us experiences how there is such profound unity across cultures. There is something in the art of living that transcends the variety of culture, faith, color, caste, creed, all the differences exist, yet we are something much more than the differences. And to experience this, I guess this is a unique opportunity. I was in Berlin 5 years back when we did the World Culture Festival there, and it was amazing, just amazing to see people, so many cultures coming together, just talking to so many people. I think that's a unique experience that's completely unbelievable. Um, I actually ended up meeting more than 80 nationalities in just one day, interacting with them, feeling that belongingness. It's one thing to sit in our country and say, oh, the whole world is my family. But when we actually experience it, it's something out of the world. And when all these representatives of all these countries come together and meditate, that creates an immense positivity for this whole universe. And I think that is what the universe needs today. In this world of differences, where everyone is trying to celebrate the differences, I am different, you are different. Here is Guruji saying, you can be different, there's nothing wrong in that. And yet, there is something that is uniting each one of us. And I believe that is what the WCF stands for, this unity in diversity, to showcase to the world that yes, it is possible that we come together in unity. And and this is what the WCF is going to be. Of course, there will be performances, there'll be people to people meeting, there'll be so much sharing, caring. I feel this is what we are coming to the WCF for. Ari, any questions? Anyone wants to? And all of us who are watching, if you have any questions, if you have anything to ask, please feel free to post it. Ari will probably tell you how to go about asking your questions. Go ahead, Ari.
Yeah. Yes, many questions have come in, and if people want to submit their question, they can do it on the same web page as where we are having the Google Hangout, uh, bit.ly/event hangout, and there's a question form below that. So you can submit your questions through that. Kashi, Bhaiya, one question that has come is come from Manal from Egypt. And she is
Okay.
asking, can we through meditation change the current situation in our countries and affect positively our region? And how does it work?
So let's look at this mechanics of meditation, so to speak. Now, when we all meditate, what really happens? I mean, of course, many things happen, but let me just share what is my experience, and maybe it is the same with other people who are watching this event too. When I meditate, my mind calms down. When my mind calms down, I become more peaceful. When I become more peaceful, people around me feel the impact. Not only people around me, I know for sure I've been staying in the ashram where so many thousands of people have meditated. Today, even if I go out of the ashram and then just come back into the ashram, it makes a great difference. And this is something that so many people have shared. Just coming into this place, it feels so peaceful, so relaxing. So when we meditate, not only do we have an impact on ourselves, but on the space around us. Now, different people, different minds, different consciousness. I wouldn't say different consciousness. I just say uh, all the beings out here. Everyone has their sphere of influence. For example, let's look at a company, at an organization. Everyone has a level of influence. The CEO of a company has an influence on the whole company. Whereas someone who is not up the ladder, maybe someone who's just come in to sweep the floor, does not have so much influence. So, in the same way, when we start meditating, when we start practicing, our sphere of influence increases. And when so many people get together and meditate, that magnifies. That sphere of influence really magnifies, and we are able to impact on society. It's like, say, supposing you walk into a room and your mood is off, you're very angry. Everyone can feel those vibes, and they say, "Hey, you know what? Even if you're not really showing it outwardly, um, people can really feel the vibes." You say, "Hey, you know, I think there's something wrong with you today. Have you? Is that? Are you okay?" In the same way, just like we can feel the vibes, there is non-verbal communication. I say something, but we catch on to something which is much more than just the words. So, um, non-verbal communication is where meditation comes in. And when we all get together and meditate in a group, it sends powerful signals into the whole atmosphere, into the whole environment. Not only that, when, um, uh, say, supposing you go to you go on a pilgrimage, you go and come back, and then you bring back some of that energy. Or say, supposing you've gone to the bank, you've withdrawn some money, and you come back home, and you can uh, use that money for doing something for your family. So, in the same way, just like everyone in the family does not need to go to the bank and withdraw the money, but one person can go get the money and that can be used for everyone. In the same way, the WCF is like an infinite bank, and you can come there and take some prana, take some energy, and you can come back to your country and share it with the people. I feel this is something that happens in all the bigger events that Gurudev organizes, and and uh, and how does and that's how I feel that we get to uh, that's the reason why even if some people come from every country and they take back that energy from the event, you can make a big difference in each and every country. Not only that, when you come and meet people from across the world, you know that you're not alone. Uh, sometimes we feel, oh, I'm all alone in the world. Who's there for me? And when we get to know that, yes, there are so many, I have such strength behind me, then it gives us much more enthusiasm to go and do something. And at a spiritual level, definitely meeting the goodwill, the sankalpa, the intention of so many people to spread peace in the world, it definitely has an impact on the whole world. So, Manan, yeah, of course. If you're asking, will it make a difference to the peace in my country? I would say 100%, of course, guaranteed. Yeah,
Yeah.
Hari?
Well, we actually meet that in many countries. Uh, Another question has come from Siddharth from Muscat. He is asking, when various cultures, world cultures, meet, then we celebrate the diversity and unity. But when similar things happen when religions come, it often becomes a matter of debate. Yeah, we feel very proud of our music, but when it comes to religion, we tend to stick to the differences. Is it just a mindset or is
Mhm.
it more?
I would say religion is something um, that is in one sense personal. It's our belief. At the same time, um, I remember once Gurudev had said religion consists of two things. One is symbols and practices, and the other is principles. The principles are common to all religions, the values, the human values. Everyone says love your neighbor, be good, you and um, at the same time, our symbols can differ. So um, the practices, the traditions differ from place to place. And this variety is something that really makes this world such a beautiful place. So spirituality is not about sinking our differences or trying to erase our differences, but it's all about celebrating the differences, celebrating the diversity. And that is why I feel that spirituality is something that can really make a difference in the world today. Like Guruji says, spirituality is the banana inside, and religion is the banana peel. So it's perfectly okay to have differences at the level of religion. You can have and you celebrate the differences. There is no need to actually fight over the difference. I think that's where spirituality brings up a component where we are able to engage with each other. And that's what's happening on the second day, where we are having religious leaders um, of all traditions, major traditions of the world coming together and showcasing that yes, it's possible to celebrate our differences. Often, what happens is the negative news really stands out, and people showcase that because even uh, the differences seems to be engaging. But but when we realize that that's not really the case, that there are people from all religions who wish to come together. That is the thing that's being showcased in the WCF.
That's good news to hear. Uh, Sitaramaji, you had a question. If you want, you can unmute your mic and ask the question.
I think you'll have to unmute him, right?
Jai Gurudev Kashi Bhaiya from Kuwait.
Jai Gurudev.
Jai Gurudev.
Yeah, I can hear you. Go ahead.
Jai Gurudev.
Yes, I can hear you, Ravi.
Okay. Actually, we are from Kuwait. So we're all volunteers sitting here. And we do for the WCF. And I understand there is a yoga event, yoga dance. And is there any minimum qualification or who all can participate in this event?
Yeah, so we are having I got your question, Sitaramanji. Let me just repeat it just for the benefit of everyone, that you're asking if there is a yoga dance and how can we participate? What is the eligibility? Is that right? Well, I guess that's what I got from the group. Um, so yes, the yoga dance is happening. You can apply for it. Um, uh, I will I will share the link for the link on which you can sign in and apply. Ari, can you, while I'm doing the talking, can you pick up quickly that link and share with the people later on after I finish? So the yoga dance is open to Art of Living yoga teachers. So anyone who's an Art of Living yoga teacher as of now can participate. We have only 400 seats because that's the limitation that we have. But we're looking to see if we can increase the number of participation that's possible. Uh, you can send in your details. There is a form that you need to fill, and based on all the requests that come in, eventually a kind of a screening will happen, and selected candidates will be informed by email, and then they can prepare the dance. They'll be given a video to prepare with, and then we'll come and practice during the WCF, and then it'll be performed. The yoga dance is being performed on the third day. But those who are interested in yoga, there's lots more that's going to be happening at the WCF other than the yoga dance also, related to yoga. So as we go ahead and as the program gets finalized, all of this information will be put up on the artofliving.org/WCF website and on the WCF app. If you haven't yet downloaded the app, then I would suggest that everyone downloads this app because there's so much happening with respect to WCF. You can go to Android or iOS Apple Store, and you should be able to download the WCF app. This WCF app will keep giving you all these updates, all this information, and when people ask you, you'll be able to pass it on to all the people, all this information. All the forms are there online. Anything you need, any queries related to travel, accommodation, events, participation, all of these are covered in the WCF app. So I would suggest, and this keeps getting regular updates as we keep getting new information. So I would suggest just download the app, and that will give you good information about the WCF. Great. Siddharamanji, does it answer your question? You can just say yes if it did. Okay.
Yes,
I
one more
think they all got it.
clarification. Do we need to come earlier than 11th, or is it okay to join there on 11th to participate in this program?
Oh, if you're asking, I would say 11, 12, and 13. All 3 days you should be there. There might be more events happening as we go along, so it's always good to be there for all 3 days. And yeah, so don't miss out on anything. Okay, there's another question from Avnish Ratnaji. I think
Yes,
that's been lying
actually,
there for some
Sankita ji
time.
had asked a question.
Mhm.
Sankita ji had asked, what is the, let's take a, like, what is the spiritual
Okay, so
benefit, observable spiritual benefit of the person coming to the
one gets by
WCF,
participating
participating in the WCF?
or take for Delhiites. Okay, so durable spiritual benefit that you get from the WCF, I would say nothing. If that answer got your attention, then let me tell you that nothing also means everything. Often, um, we wonder why Guruji has to make all these big programs. What's the point of all these big programs? If you actually look at it, it's more of a headache for Guruji. He has to do so much more work, talk to so many more people. In one sense, if you look at it, all these big programs, it's lot of effort. And you really wonder, do we really need to do all that effort? So, once upon a time, long, long ago, far, far away, like all good stories begin, I was in the ashram and an advanced course just got over, a silence program just got over. And one of the participants said, Gurudev, I love the program a lot. And I have a lot of money. I'd like to build your ashram for you. This was those days, 95, 96, I guess, when the ashram was quite small and there was a lot of construction yet to happen. So at that time, this person said, I'd like to build your meditation hall and some rooms and everything. I'd like to build everything for you. So Guruji said, no, just come here, meditate, enjoy, just participate. That's enough. We're all surprised. When that man left, we asked Guruji, Guruji, he was actually willing to do everything for you. Why didn't you agree? He said, Guruji said, the punya, the merit, the spiritual merit from so many people meditating in this hall will not go to one person, but it will be distributed among everyone. That's when I realized that much of what Gurudev does has a much wider perspective, has a much wider outlook. And I feel really that all these events are opportunities for us to gather spiritual merit. And spiritual merit is really what is called sadhana. Dhana means wealth, sa means that. So sadhana is really that wealth that stays with us, that comes with us. That is, everything else we leave behind here, but what is it that we carry forward? And that's sadhana, the spiritual wealth. That's really the wealth that's worth earning. And so, in a sense, when we do seva, when we do all these things, then it brings us that spiritual wealth. And that's long lasting. And that's something, it's like a seed, a seed that is sown. It takes some time to sprout, but once it becomes a tree, uh, it gives fruits and keeps giving fruits. It's like a mango tree. You put a mango seed in, it takes some time, but eventually the fruit is so beautiful and it keeps getting the fruit. So yes, long lasting spiritual benefit is what we get when we do our seva. Okay, next question.
Uh, Pramod, if you wish, can you please unmute your mic and ask the question that you wanted to ask?
Okay, I guess Pramod is facing certain issues, unmuting. Let me just ask Pramod's question and then
Yeah.
answer it too.
Pramod is asking, can you please give a glimpse of how we are going to manage such a vast gathering of 3.5 million people?
Yeah, the most amazing thing is that in all these gatherings, the crowd manages itself. Of course, um, as hmm, hmm, the we do make arrangements. So there's arrangements to stay for as many people as possible. Whoever wants to come and stay, we have hotels from all different categories. We have volunteers who have opened up their hearts and their houses to accommodate people. Across Delhi, more than 35,000 volunteers as of now, I believe, have registered for Atiti Devo Bhava, means that the visitor is divine. So under this program, so many people have opened up their houses and they are willing to accommodate people from across the globe. You can stay with someone, or if you feel more comfortable in hotels, we have booked a lot of hotels. Our travel desk is just waiting here to arrange all of this for you. At the venue, the planning that has gone into it is immense. There are the venue itself is in a place on the banks of the Yamuna, the river. The river Yamuna is famous for the Ras Leela of Krishna. It is a place where Krishna mm, did his Ras and enjoyed his childhood. So this place is steeped with bhakti, and on the banks of the river Yamuna is where the whole event is happening. It's well connected by road, by metro, by all forms of transport. There's a huge parking space that's there, and basically a lot of effort has gone into the whole organization, making entrances, making places for people to sit, there's chairs for everyone. All those things are already in place. There are also opportunities for many of us who would like to donate and make a difference in the organization. So for those who are donating larger amounts, it actually as a goodwill gesture, giving seats up front in the front area, and there are seats available on the stage also. So most of these details are available already with the local coordinators. Most of you would already be having these things, or you can ask your apex body in or the organizers in your countries, and they should be able to expedite and get you all these details regarding the seating. Other than that, there's a lot of effort that's already going on. So many volunteers, um, many of the colleges in Delhi have come up, even without having done an Art of Living program. They said, "Hey, Delhi is hosting this event. It's our city, and we would like to do something for it." So many of the student leaders came and met Guruji, and they said, "Gurudev, whatever you need, we are here to do it for you." So many of them are going to take up traffic control, volunteer assistance, assisting people to get to their places. So the whole of Delhi, there's a lot of buzz happening about the WCF, and there's a lot of excitement uh, that's up relating to the festival. When someone asks Guruji, don't you think we should have a big police force which will help to coordinate and organize? Gurudev said that really the, that there is a divine energy, there's a divine power that's making all of this happen. So yes, at a practical level, we definitely are doing all the nitty-gritties, and at a very spiritual level, definitely there's a higher power that's associated with the whole event, and I guess that's really the answer to your question. Pramodji, go ahead, Ari.
Roji, I think there was one more question that came from the group. If it is possible, you can
Okay,
unmute your
so
mic.
let's see. From Sharjah, there is a question. What is a good time to chant mantras, before or after short kriya? Well, all your mantra chanting, if you is ideally done after the kriya, after meditation is a great time to chant mantras. After mantras is also a good time to do meditation. There was another question, I guess, about Shivratri. We are coming for WCF and then for Navratri. Why should we go to Shivratri to the ashram? Shivratri is a very interesting time. According to the Vedic tradition, it says that Shivratri is a time when Shiva touches the earth. Now, if you look at it literally, that seems a little confusing. But if you look at it in a very spiritual context, Shiva stands for the consciousness, and the earth stands for the material life, earthly stuff. Shivratri actually denotes a meeting of the consciousness, the material, with the spiritual worlds. We look at it in this sense. Many of us are really a part of the material world and a spiritual world too at the same time. We do our job, we run our family, we run our business, At the same time, we do Kriya, we meditate, we do so many things. And both go hand in hand. To signify this, the Shivratri is being celebrated. Also, different time has different impact on us, on the mind. If you look at it, morning, you're probably awake and fresh. Some people are sleepy, that's a different matter. And at night, you feel asleep. You feel like sleeping and you go to sleep. So, in a sense, different time has different impact on the mind. Not only that, in summer, you feel differently. During winter, you have a different mindset. So, in a sense, our mindset changes with time. Shivratri is a time where the winter is going away and the summer is coming. In a sense, it's that transition. And it is said this is a day in which you're able to transcend more easily. When the universe is transcending, when the universe is transcending, it's very easy for us also to go to get in touch with some the aspect of ourself, which is Shiva, which is the consciousness. So this is a great time for us to be with our Guru. And that's why Shivratri is celebrated with so much enthusiasm. One amazing thing is that on Shivratri, Gurudev actually gives personal darshan to each and every person. Last Shivratri, we had the darshan line going on till about 3 o'clock at night in the early morning. And it's amazing to see that how Guruji gives each sadhak that personal attention. To experience that is what Shivratri is all about. During Navratri, there is a profoundness of silence when Gurudev goes into silence. And during Shivratri, it's the profoundness, the experience of bhakti, of the experience of getting in touch with your master, getting into the basking in the presence of the master. It's a very beautiful opportunity too. In the ashram, we have some amazing programs lined up. We have the Vedic wisdom, which I teach. It's a 1 month program where we get to understand what is Vedas, what is the wisdom, how it's valuable in today's daily life. There are a series of advanced courses, people who would like 5 days, 7 day, 10 day. All these advanced courses are lined up. So you can come and go deep into silence and then celebrate that silence in WCF. In that sense, there's a lot of activity before and after the WCF. So you can see which one you'd like to come for. Related to the WCF, is there any arrangement made for specially abled people transportation to the venue if they come as delegate? I would say that considering the kind of venue that's there and the kind of space that it is, there are no other special arrangements that have been made for the general public. If someone is being if someone is finding that that's going to be an issue, maybe you can actually write an email to the World Culture Festival team and find out specific details. So generically, I can definitely talk about what's happening in general, but if you want specifics, then it would be good if you can write an email to the WCF team and they will be able to respond to those emails. Great. Anything else, Ari?
Yes,
Anyone else wants to ask the question? Just need to unmute and then ask the question. Yeah, go ahead, Ari.
Yes, one question has come. One person is asking question, and he's unable. Like, some people have asked him this question, and he's unable to give the answer. And the question is, I don't want to attend the WCF because it will be so crowded, and I would like to watch it online. So how to respond to these kind of comments or questions?
Yeah, yeah. I know. It's a very logical question. I really appreciate the honesty of the person who has asked that question. So the first thing that I would do when someone asks me this question is to say, yes, of course. To um, there will be a lot of crowd there. But the amazing thing is that in all the gatherings that I have seen of the art of living, the one thing that is the most amazing is the way when we all meditate, everything just settles down. Whether it was the Silver Jubilee that happened in Bangalore, whether it was the World Culture Festival that happened in Berlin, it was amazing to see how all people, so many thousands of people in India, for millions of people, can come together and just be in one place and to see how everything falls into place. So it's just amazing to watch that happen. Second thing, you can of course watch it on the webcast or later on watch it on YouTube once it gets uploaded, like an edited version. But there's nothing compared to coming there and being physically present. Like for example, you can watch cricket on the screen. Yet when you go to the stadium, it's a different experience. You can watch football being played on the screen, but when you're in the stadium watching it live, that's a different experience. In the same way, you can watch meditation happening live, yet being there and meditating, that's a different experience. And that's something that's unbelievable. That's simply has to be experienced. What really you are wanting an assurance that, yeah, I won't face any problems. So, two things. One, do not be afraid of problems. For sure, that is something that will strengthen you. And second thing, um, at the WCF at Delhi, the enthusiasm of the volunteers, sheer number of volunteers, sheer organization of the whole event is simply too amazing. It's just unbelievable how much effort all these volunteers in Delhi, and there are so many people who have come from across India and who have come down to to Delhi to just be based and do the seva. The ashram itself is starting to fill up with people from across the world who are coming in to do seva for the WCF. So I would say, हिंदी में कहना चाहूंगा कि बहती गंगा है, डुबकी लगा लो, पावन हो जाओगे. It's like the river is flowing and it's bringing with it fresh water. Just take a dip in the river and feel that freshness. That's what coming to the WCF really means. Okay, Ravi is asking, if you do Upanayan course now, can we do Vedic wisdom later? Is there any interconnection? Please enlighten about these two courses. Okay, the Vedic wisdom uh, is a 1 month program where we, of course, a part of it, we go through the Upanayanam also. We also learn about the various aspects of the Vedas and how that ancient knowledge is still relevant today, how we can use it in our life today. So we look at the four Vedas, then the Darshanas, the Upangas, the Vedangas, the Bhagavad Gita, the Yoga Vashishta, all these texts that we have heard of, and some that we might not have heard of, we go through an overview of all these things. Not only that, we also get an opportunity, an amazing opportunity actually, to go on the Padyatra, which enables us to bless thousands of people. It gives an opportunity for us to reach out with something that we are all um, mm, so passionate about sharing, caring. It gives us an opportunity to bless thousands of people, which is completely out of this world. The Upanayanam program is one of the sanskaras, and that is performed once a month in the ashram and in other places too. But The Upanayana basically gives us a doorway to the self, another doorway to the self. Nayana means to lead, Upa means close. Upanayana literally means leading close to the self, going closer to the self. And during the Upanayana, sorry, it's quite late in India right now, and I've been up since morning. So the Upanayana helps us to get in touch with the Gayatri mantra and gives us an initiation of the Gayatri. For many of us who have done the Sahaj, you probably know what I'm talking about. Um, just like your Sahaj mantra, after you get it as an initiation, takes you deeper into meditation. In the same way, the Gayatri, when it's got as a proper initiation, enables us to go into meditation. And so that's what the Upanayana does. Yes, definitely, you can do the Upanayana now and the Vedic wisdom later on.
Kashi, Bhaiya, I think we have to wind up the hangout. Although many questions have still come up. Many questions have also come up related to logistical and questions about WCF. Just for everyone to know, you can send these questions also by email at info@worldculturefestival.org. And for those who want to participate in the yoga dance, it is happening on the 13th of March. And it is only possible for those who are a yoga teacher, Art of Living yoga teacher. We have made a link. It is bit.ly/yoga dance WCF. With that link, you can sign up and apply for the yoga dance.
And before we wind up, Ari,
So,
just a couple of things I'd like to say. There are many of us who wonder, how can I be a part of this WCF? So I would like to say the first way you can be part of the WCF, number one way, do your sadhana. Get together in groups and do sadhana. That is number one thing. Just show put your sattva in, put your intention in, and do your sadhana. Get together in groups. Second thing, raise funds. To make such a big event, it does require a lot of funds. So let us get together and raise some funds for this event. It's like when you have an event at house, you say, okay, let's all get together and do something. Let's pull in some money and do something. We're just doing the same thing. It's the same family, only it's on a much larger scale. So it doesn't matter how much you're giving, but this feeling of oneness, feeling that, oh, this is my event, that comes when we contribute something. And the third thing, invite as many people. Who knows who might want to come? I was on a plane going from Delhi to Bangalore, and the person sitting next to me, he started asking me. He looked at me and looked at my appearance, and he said, "Oh, you seem to be some spiritual person." I said, "Yes, I do the art of living." And he said, "Oh, go ahead." So we talked a little bit. I talked about meditation, yoga, seva, projects, all these things, and that person was listening patiently. And then I said, "World Culture Festival." And that person looked up. He said, "Wow, what is that?" And when I started talking about how the whole world is coming together, culture, he said, "This is something I'm really interested in." And he signed up for the WCF. He said, "Okay, I'm going to be there." Now, this is something that has an appeal across cultures, across people, across space and time. So in that sense, I would say just go ahead and talk to people about the WCF. Who knows, maybe you talk to them about the art of living, they didn't give you an ear, but you talk to them about the WCF and maybe you have that ear. So third aspect, just spread the word. Invite people knowing that it's your event. If you have a wedding in the family, what would you do? You would actually sit down and make a list of all your friends and relatives, all those people you'd like to invite, and all those people, if you didn't invite, you'd get into trouble with later. So I would say make your list today. Sit down and put down all your friends, your relatives, Facebook friends, Twitter followers, and make a personal call to them and say, hey, you know what? I'm organizing this WCF. I tell you, use these words. Say, I am organizing the WCF. I'm sure you'll feel so happy saying it. Just go ahead and say it. I am organizing the WCF. I would love it if you can come along. That's it. If you can do this much, that's the third thing that you can do for the WCF. So number one, meditate, do your sadhana. That's probably the best way to throw sattva out into the universe and make a difference. Second thing, raise funds, talk to people and say, hey, this is an experiment in world peace. We're doing something to get so many people together to showcase that peace has a chance in this world. Would you like to be counted? Go ahead and talk to people, get funds. And third, let's just invite people. Know that this is your function, this is my function. Let me invite from my side. When I say, oh, Art of Living is organizing WCF, you should go there, that doesn't make such an impact. But when you say, I'm organizing this function, it's a humongous thing and I'm part of the organizing team, you must come. That makes a difference. So go ahead and talk to people about it. So these 3 points, 3 things to do, 3 to-dos. Make it a list, cross it out, and do your stuff. Well, it's quite late and I
Okay,
have
once
a
again,
morning yoga
thank you
class
so
at
much for. I know. Thank you for taking time because you have a very extremely busy schedule. And once again, I wanted to invite everyone also, uh, those who are coming for the WCF. Before and after the program, we have beautiful part 2 courses at the ashram, at Bangalore ashram, our home. Like a 5-day, 7-day, and also a 10-day advanced course before and after. And Vedic Wisdom is also there. More details about the programs can be found on the link at bit.ly/event hangout. And thank you for the participation from all over the chapters and satsang groups. It was a wonderful evening.
Jai Gurudev.
Jai Hare.